Okay, so I'm going to share with you what it is to survive an assault like this, because personally, there is no other reason to carry a gun other than to have been threatened and raped in the past. Now, here in Pennsylvania, there are crime laws and there are laws that have been broken, and we have gone to the district attorney. Several times we've asked for help, and there are family members and myself who have been threatened several times. Why it is that someone carries a gun, why it is that they have to have gun training for that very purpose. That's the whole point of the Second Amendment. And here's the problem that most people have not gotten past. Most victims and survivors are defenseless and helpless to begin with, because their defenses are down. And typically when somebody's defenses are down, if they don't have somebody working with them, most victims who are followed home from work or school, in my case, many of these women and men and women and families need to know how to shoot a gun. They have to be on a range, and this is where law enforcement can train their own community how to protect themselves. Here in this region, this rape and assault has gone on from Erie on down to the Washington, PA. We were stuck on a highway. We were left literally stranded in -5 temperatures after being raped and sexually assaulted. So to me, anyone foolish enough to go out there and not have a gun and not have training, to me, it is foolishness. There is a reason why parents need to have gun training. If they're threatening you and your children, or threatening you in any way, you make sure you carry a Glock and you make sure you have a license. The Second Amendment right is to guarantee an unalienable right to defend yourselves. There's no other message than that itself. These people who go around foolishly thinking that you could survive a rapist, we're still dealing with the case here in Butler County, the Cherry Mahan case. Do you know how many parents think differently about how they send their kids to school after you hear a case? You should think again about what happened to my family. We lived in Dormont. We didn't have any gun training. My dad was a Marine Corps. He was a captain, and he was gun trained, yes. And the thing is that when my sisters went to that daycare center, no one thought that those kids, including little boys, were going to be raped. And you carry a Glock. When you take your kids to daycare centers or anything, you talk to a babysitter, anybody that's ever survived abuse, it is hard to survive a rape. And I will tell you, John Fife and Tom Gillen, both of them, they can have their legal rights all day long. They're not, and the individuals that assaulted my family, you will not see daylight. I promise you. For the years of rapes that went on in downtown Pittsburgh, and these rapes that went on from Erie County, and now, they're not going to walk out of it. I promise you, we're gun trained. We know how to defend ourselves. And believe me, if you don't have the ability to defend yourself, you need to learn how to defend yourself. And that's the whole reason for the Second Amendment right. That's why you exercise your Bill of Rights and your freedom of speech. That's one thing our Constitution has allowed us. I serve my country so that you can exercise your freedoms, and that includes your Second Amendment right and your freedom of speech. I serve my country so that other people can defend themselves and not have to look back and have to explain themselves. There's no reason for anyone to invade somebody's home or invade somebody that way. You have those guaranteed rights. You have to protect yourself and your family. That is the truth. Thank you for listening.